Hey, what's going on today? How's everybody out there? And what is going on in the real estate industry now? I'm hearing the scuttlebug. There's another lawsuit. First it was the real estate industry. It was the National Association of Realtors. So what's happening now? Well, I want to tell you exactly what's happening on the court forefront here. All right. Zillow finds themselves in the hot seat. What is it that they don't want you to know? My name is Mike Pillow. I'm a realtor with Century 21 Homestar and the 21 Mike team. You can contact me by email at mikepillow0707 at outlook.com, or you can call or text me at 740-504-6251. And on the screen there, you see my QR code. Give that a quick scan so you can watch a short introduction video. So we need to know what's going on with Zillow. This is some crazy stuff going on again. Well, let's talk about last year's lawsuit. What was the prior lawsuit? What was it all about? Well, the mower case, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, the mower case and related suits that dealt with antitrust and commission practices in the real estate industry. The plaintiffs claimed that the national bodies, such as the National Association of Realtors and the large franchises such as Century 21, Keller Williams, Remax, the large brokers, etc. Well, we were all colluding to maintain higher agent commissions by setting a standard commission rate. Well, that ended up in a large settlement, multiple large settlements that totaled over $1 billion from all these entities. So what's the new lawsuit versus Zillow all about? Well, you've always heard me say it, and it's even more true today than ever. Forget Zillow, call Pillow. That's my little tagline there. Anyway, what this lawsuit is claiming against Zillow, that Zillow is using hidden fees and commission via Zillow's Flex or Premier agent programs. So what's this mean? What's a Flex agent or Zillow affiliated partner agents? If a sale is made with a Zillow agent and the agent is in the Flex program, up to 40% of that agent's commission is paid back to Zillow. So, in layman's terms, Zillow has a school of agents that they partnered up with, and as these agents sell or help buyers buy a house, this is life. When these agents buy or sell a home, Zillow is going to get 40% of that agent's commission. Plaintiffs allege that this is not disclosed to buyers or sellers. Buyers clicking contact the agent or request a tour on Zillow might believe they are reaching the listing agent or the seller's agent. But the suit alleges that Zillow often routes them to a Zillow affiliated buyer's agent or a flex agent. So what that means is, like I explained, Zillow's getting basically a kickback from these agents that they send referrals out to. And when the consumer is clicking on contact an agent or contact the seller's agent, they have in their mind they're contacting the listing agent, but in fact what's happening is Zillow is directing to their flex agent. So Zillow is getting, like I said, up to 40% of that agent's commission. You think about that across the country and the number of agents that's in their flex program, Zillow's making a killing. So, number two is that Zillow is set up with a deceptive design and lack of disclosure. This lawsuit is alleging that the process and the UI website layout they are set up to mislead consumers about the agent relationships and misleading home buyers to believe that they are contacting the seller's agent and not one of Zillow's flex agents or the premier agents like we just discussed. Also in question are the listing access standards. Zillow requires homes to be posted to Zillow within 24 hours of public marketing. Whether that's putting in signs, putting in newspaper ads or real estate booklet ads, or throwing it on the MLS. They require 24 hours of public marketing, or they require it to be posted to Zillow within 24 hours of once the agent puts that out on their public marketing. So if the seller's agent doesn't comply, they receive violations, and after some number of violations, the listing can be banned unless they pick a Zillow agent. Plaintiffs call this coercive exclusionary. So in other words, I list a property and I don't have it posted on Zillow within 24 hours and Zillow doesn't like this, they could actually remove my listing, ban me from using banning me from using Zillow, or take my listing and direct it towards one of their flex agents, taking me completely out of the picture and take one of their agents at a higher cost for the consumer. Number three allegation is antitrust, consumer protection, and RESPA violation. So what's RESPA? RESPA is the Real Estate Settlement Procedures Act. Here's what the plaintiffs are arguing. Zillow's dominance in the online real estate search is claiming roughly 66% U.S. audience share, 80% of the traffic directly to Zillow, which gives it market power. In other words, as the consumer is getting online to search homes, Zillow is claiming about 80% of those online searches. They also allege that Zillow's practices keep commissions high and inflexible, which inflates the cost to home buyers. Legal theories include violations of the Washington Consumer Protection Act, the Federal Real Estate Settlement Procedures Act, or RESPA, unjust enrichment, and deceptive trade practices. And who is affected? Well, the case would apply to U.S. home buyers over the past 4 years who bought a home using Zillow or Zillow affiliated agents. It asks for class action status, injunctive relief, disgorgement, and force Zillow to give up ill-gotten profits and treble damages in some claims. So this could get pretty dirty here. So how this relates to earlier real estate industry lawsuits. Well, same law firms, Hagens Berman and Cohen and Milstein, are leading this one too. It's the same law firm that sued the NAR last year is now suing Zillow. Similar issues include hidden fees, lack of transparency, commissions and how they are set, disclosed, buyer cost. Whereas with the Mower/NAR cases, focus on how commissions are set in general among brokers and agents. This one focuses on Zillow's role via its platform, referrals, lead generation, and flex program, and allegedly inflating costs, failure to disclose, and commission flows. Things that aren't totally clear yet. How strong is the evidence for the deceptive design and misleading clicks? Did consumers really believe that they were contacting the listing agent versus buyer's agents. That is often a factual issue the courts will have to decide. How the courts will handle Zillow's defense. It said that Zillow will likely argue its design and disclosures are sufficient or that the consumers have been put on notice, with their terms and agreements. Possible jurisdictional issues, state versus federal law interplay could come to play here, and the outcome is uncertain. The class certification, whether injunction or damages, will follow, and how monetary claims may be resolved. So, what's key here is protecting yourself. There's three ways to avoid this trap. Number one, work with a local realtor who represents your interest. We see it all the time. You know, everybody's trying to avoid realtor fees, and I get it. Realtor fees can be costly, but there's a reason why realtors exist and why we have value. For your transaction, we are going to protect you through our insurance. We have the knowledge and the experience to ensure that you're either selling or buying your house with the best terms possible. And there's years and years of experience within our brokerages that's going to help us comply to state and federal laws to keep you out of trouble, keep us out of trouble, and take you down the most stress-free path of getting your home sold or purchasing your home. We see it all the time where we have realtors from out of town coming into our markets and they don't know the market and they're given bad information, or they're not readily available because they're an hour, sometimes 2 hours away. That's why it's important to work with a local realtor who can represent your interest, knows the market, and can negotiate on your behalf. Ask upfront commission and referral fees and how they work. I can tell you with the 21 Mike team, you're not going to have to ask how commissions or referral fees work because we're going to explain it to you right off the bat. We don't have, everything is transparent with us because we want you to know exactly what the process is and how we're going to take you down this path of getting your home sold, or how we're going to take you down the path of buying you or helping you buy your home. When you're working with, say, Zillow, Realtor.com, and you're working online, there's no personal interaction there. And we get these sellers who say, well, my Zestimate says my house is worth X. And my first question is, does Zillow know about your updates that you have to your home? Have they walked through your home? Can they see your view? It's all numbers. With Zillow, the human factor is taken out, and that's what we sell is human experience. This is your greatest investment that you're going to be making or you're going to be selling. I can't put into a computer screen the beautiful view you have from your front porch or your front deck or your backyard. That can't be seen even through a picture. And number three, don't let tech platforms pick your agent for you. Again, this goes back to working with a local realtor that understands you and your family's needs and your local market. So, what does this mean for you as a client? These lawsuits highlight how important transparency and fairness really are in real estate. You deserve to understand exactly how commissions, fees, and negotiations affect your bottom line. And the industry is changing. It's changing every single day. But protecting your best interest should always come first. And that's what we focus on with the 21 Mike team. We are focused on your interest. We are here to serve you. How can you be supported? Well, I provide clarity on every step throughout the entire process, so there are no surprises at the end. And that just comes through simple communication. When you list with me, I'm going to, at a minimum, talk to you once a week. I want to give you market updates. I'm going to give you the stats on what's going on with your home. And we're going to sit down together and we're going to discuss the strategy that we need to take moving forward to next week. Because next week we're going to have the same conversation. I make sure you understand your options before making any decisions. I want you to be totally confident that you're making the right choice when you hire me, when you hire our team. And my role is to protect your investment, protect your time, and protect your peace of mind. Again, it comes back to you. You are my focus. So, to help you with your real estate needs, I have created my homeowner's playbook. It's the seller and buyer's guide to real estate. And you could receive your free copy today. All you have to do is send me a simple email at mikepillow0707@outlook.com and just provide your name, your phone number, and explain to me when you might be considering a move. And I want to thank you for attending today. And as always, we have a special message from our 21 Mike Team K9 division with CEO Bentley on the right, Finley in the middle, Namus on the left. And they want to express to you how important it is to know that you're not the only one looking for a home. So please, please, please go to your local dog shelter and adopt your new best friend today. So until next week, have a good day. And remember, the 21 Mike team, we can help you find your Apple Valley home.